I'm David Burnett, and I'm part of Burnett's Buttons and Books here at the Scott Antique Show. We do the Scott Antique Market in Columbus, and we also do it in Atlanta. We're in the South Building, so we're part of both of the Scott Antique Markets, both in Atlanta and Columbus. It's one of our favorite shows to do. We really enjoy it. One of the big things we do here at Burnett's Buttons and Books is we sell military posters from both of the world wars, and that's something that you don't see a lot of at antique markets around the country. And one of the big things you have to look out for are reproductions, and that's one of the questions we get all the time. Are they reproductions? Well, here we sell no reproductions. They're all original to the time period. We preserve them on acid-free foam board and acid-free shrink wrap. This is a big thing for us because it means that the poster is going to stay in its pristine quality that we make sure we get the posters in. So there's no reproductions. They're all original and from the time period. World War I posters mainly urged America to buy Liberty bonds, and Americans were supposed to buy Liberty bonds. And they typically portrayed the Huns and the Germans as brutal people. So, you know, with this poster, we're trying to beat back the Hun by buying Liberty bonds. World War I posters, one thing you want to look for is the paper is normally going to be very brittle and very thin. So if you're getting a thick, glossy paper, it's typically going to be a reproduction. So with the World War I poster, you want to look for something that's thin, even a little bit brittle, but thin and of a good quality. World War II posters were far more complex. You got a lot more aspects of it. Obviously it was a longer war, so you're going to have more to play on. One of the biggest things, we're urging people to not give away information, enemy secrets, not give away our own internal secrets, so that way it didn't get into the hands of the enemy. Another thing that they played on was self-preservation. Americans were expected to keep their self-status high. They were expected to keep themselves well-fed, well-exercised. This one you can see Uncle Sam in the background. It says, "The U.S. needs us strong to eat nutritional food." They're trying to play off of the family aspect of it. So certainly the propaganda here is very diverse from, you know, loose lips sinking ships to keeping Americans strong. One of the other aspects we get into a lot are women in the war. And, you know, we all see the Rosie the Riveter We Can Do It poster. That's one of the more expensive posters out there. It's very rare and very expensive. So there's lots of options that are more affordable for people in the Scott Antique Market and other markets around the country to purchase. You know, women in the war, we can't win without them. You're going to see throughout lots of the propaganda that the military would put out that for every soldier they wanted a woman worker in the factories producing the bullets and producing the uniforms and the food and supplies so they could send them over. So the women certainly had a huge role in the war effort and in the propaganda movement. And finally, one of the other big things was conservation of resources. You know, you're saving rubber by checking your tires. They're talking about why the soldiers need more rubber than you. Food was also rationed out, as many people are aware of. So it was all about rationing and making yourself stretch your limits. You weren't buying new clothes and new luxuries like people today do because we were in a very expensive, very long war. So in conclusion here, from Burnett's Buttons and Books, based out of Ashland, Ohio, we do both of the Scott Antique Markets. We really enjoy it. And so we're hoping you can stop by the Scott Antique Markets in Atlanta and Columbus and look for the bright posters, and we hope we can see you there.